it's time to heal and feel, be real. You just gotta take your time, unwind and chill. Cause now it's time to love yourself. Build emotional and mental health. Cause Black woman, it's time to heal and feel, be real.
Hey y'all, we're back with another episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. And as Danica has previously mentioned, we're still trying to figure out what we want to do in the beginning, but we don't have a guest here anyway, so we're just going to have a conversation between the two of us. So today I wanted us to talk about body image. Body image has been coming up so much in a lot of my conversations because body dysmorphia is a thing. And so I'm curious, Danica, have you just go ahead and kick us off. Let's dive in deep. Have you ever struggled with body dysmorphia? Your face is
Cause I'm like, as you just brought this up, I'm like, now I have all these like experiences and thoughts that I've recently had where I'm like, oh, y'all need to hear about this. Y'all need to hear. But basically I'll start with this and then I'll tell a story. So body dysmorphia overall, it's a good and bad thing. I always like what I look like. Like I might be like, oh girl, you get a little thick, but I be like, you look good. Like, like, and sometimes my weight, it gains in different places where sometimes it doesn't even feel like I'm gaining weight. So then, and I'm not a scale person. The scale it's not something I like shackle myself to. So then if I go to the doctor and they like, you weigh, and I'm like, dang, I done gained 10 pounds. Didn't even know because I feel good. And I'm walking in all my different body types
right.
that it doesn't even phase me. And on top of that, my clothes, my body type is so interesting that I fit the same clothes. So it's not even like, oh, you can't fit those jeans anymore. It's not like that. It's so strange. Maybe it's a little tighter, but maybe because I feel so good, I'm just like, you look, and I'm not a person who wears too tight clothes anyways.
Yeah.
So even if it's gotten tight, it doesn't feel like I can't wear this anymore.
Right.
So that I would say it could be a form of body dysmorphia in a sense of like, no, baby girl, you're gaining weight and you need to pay attention to what's happening. Even if you like what you look like, you still need to pay attention. But before I get into my story, I want to hear what Myra has to say, and then I'll talk about the story that happened to me recently.
Yeah, I would say for me, I never struggled with body dysmorphia. I've always kind of been the same size since the 10th grade. But of
And
course, having a baby, that changes your body. Whenever I tell those people, they're always like, dang, what? Yeah, I've been the same size. Like, I maybe have gained 2 pounds. The max maybe 3. Always been the same size. But then after having my daughter, of course,
oh my
when
goodness,
people do like that snapback stuff, that was not my experience at all. I did not do no snapback. I did a slow back, whatever like that means, right? But I never had a stomach before. And when I say that, like I've never had any additional fat on my stomach. So for me, that was the harder part after having a baby, where it was like getting used to like my body looking like that, whatever. But then starting to lose the weight and get back in a space of what I used to be, I thought I was a totally different body. And so I was buying these clothes online, like 2 sizes bigger, and then being mad at myself that I can't fit the clothes, and then having this back and forth with myself of like, but you think you look like that, but you're also not being realistic because you look like this. And it was sending me on a whirlwind because I would look in the mirror and I'd be like, wait, I'm confused. What do I look like? Just not having a grasp of my body. But
that's body
something that's helped me.
dysmorphia.
What'd you say?
That's body dysmorphia. That's what if we're thinking of.
Girl. But interestingly enough, so I did the 75 hard and you have to like take pictures of yourself. And I was like, this is weird. I don't want to be taking pictures of myself. So I took pictures. I kept them for myself. But then I started posting pictures of myself and people would comment on things that they see. And I'd be like, huh? What? That's what you see? And then it took for me to start looking at the pictures too and being like, wait, you actually do look like what they're describing. Because when people be like, oh, your back is really toned, I'd be like, but it's a little flab right here. What do they see that I don't see? So yeah, never experienced body dysmorphia until like recently. And it's an interesting thing to navigate. It's weird.
Yeah, I know for a fact we've talked about it. Like you say stuff, I'll
Yeah.
be like, girl, you talking
People do
about?
that face, and I just be like, what don't you see? But that's
Like,
body dysmorphia, literally, to the T.
yeah, like what don't you see? That's I be like, I don't get it at all, but that is exactly what it is. And it sounds like for
Yeah.
you, the shift for you was like you said, it was the baby because the baby changed your body and your life in different
Mm.
ways. So although
Yes, for sure.
some things with your body, it hasn't changed, maybe like you said, weight, just what you are viewing it now is different, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And getting
Um
older too. Cause like usually, like I said, I've
and get
stayed the
older.
same weight. And now, like after I hit that 30 threshold, I see why my aunts got hips and ass like they do. It's like it's so hard to maintain a certain weight. Like now
Oh
when I get
yeah.
on the scale, I'd be so confused. I'll be like, how 2 weeks ago you was this size, today you this size. But it's literally because like, and that's why I work out too, because I want to be able to sustain the weight that I am, because now I easily gain weight and it's harder to lose the weight too.
Em is big facts. I know everybody who's listening to this can agree of like the whole when you look
Yeah.
back at your pictures when you were younger. Uh, maybe not everybody because you know like Myra's been the same size overall, but most of us when we look back at the pictures when we were younger, even like 5 years ago, you might be like, oh dang, at that moment you thought you were big or you bigger, and now you
Yeah.
looking back like, dang, I wish I could be that size, like
Yeah,
because
for sure.
slowly but surely the weight has built up where it's like you saying like dang I wish I would have just locked in during that moment
Right.
and
Yeah.
like stayed consistent with a regimen,
Yep.
but there's so many other factors that go on to it such as
Yep.
stress literally like even when people working out trying to eat right, if you are stressed even that can cause like weight gain.
Yep.
I'm thinking of, like sleep, if your sleep is messed up, oh my goodness, us as women having all these different hormones and imbalances and periods, that changes our weight loss and weight gain as well.
Mm-hmm.
Metabolism. I say that to say it's so many like things that
Yep.
create barriers for us as well. So even if I would have locked in 5 years ago, it's not to say that it would have been exactly there, but
Exactly.
because of all these barriers I'm saying, but at least I probably wouldn't be as big as I am now. But yes, it's locking in. Um, but in thinking of that, because I think it's we can talk about this in a healthier way though, you
For
know,
sure.
even how we're talking about it, you know,
Yeah.
you can put some stuff in place and then you can work toward it, but you don't have to not like where you are now. Like you
Exactly.
can do both. You can love and like what you look like but also want to be better and do better,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to your health. Your physical health
Exactly. Yep.
impacts your mental health. It all works together. So it is something that we have to like look at. But let me tell you what not to do. Okay. So story time. Story time. So I already told
Bring your
Myra, I know
seatbelt.
how Myra be knowing my life. So I had went out with the guy friend and um we linked up with his cousins. I actually hope the cousins listening and him. It's funny. And so we were talking, and the cousin, you know, she had a little energy, she just was a very rambunctious. She was a, what's the word? She had big energy, which I can handle. I love a big energy. Maybe not all the time, but like I'm here for it. Live your life, be you, be out loud, bold, and so she was all those things. So we getting ready to go out, and she just was like telling me like how pretty I am, but she was also saying bad things about herself, like saying like, oh, I'm pretty. She was telling me about all the features of my face, like, oh, your nose and it's smaller and it's, you know, saying all this stuff. And as she's talking about me again in positive, she's talking about herself. As she's talking bad about herself, I'm telling her like, girl, no, like you're beautiful. And to me, she really is beautiful. But you could tell she didn't feel like that about herself. So then she says to me, she whispers, she gets really close, and she was like, you are beautiful. She said, but can I tell you something? And because I'm petty and because I actually don't it takes a lot to take me there. I wanted to hear what she had to say, and I didn't care. So I said, yeah, go ahead, tell me. And I knew she was about to say some BS too, because anybody who says that, you know, they about to say some BS. So she said, "Can I tell you
Yep.
something?" I said, yeah, go ahead. And she said, she said, like, your body. She said, your body. She said, you need to get in the gym. She said, like, you're beautiful, but like the body, you need to, she was like, and your body's already, she tried to, your body look good, but you need to get it right. And I said, let me tell you something. I work out. I said, it's not the gym, it's the food. Like, cause what, girl? Like, you don't know me. You don't know my life. And that's the piece of people when they judge. Like, you don't know just because somebody is like a certain frame of what their day to day looks like. My food habits are not the best. My movement, if people are around me and know, I actually move my body. If I go to the gym, this is what I told her. So if you want to go to the gym, let's go to the gym. I'm going to keep up with you. It's after the gym, though. That's my problem. It's something I have to work on, but thank you. I think, right? But so she left it alone after that. But I say that to say of like, this is what you don't do. Like, you don't make comments about other people's bodies, especially when you don't know them. So if Myra would have came to me, one, she knows a little bit more. So she probably wouldn't say anything about me moving it. But let's say she's seeing me eat like ridiculous amount of foods, which typically most people don't, because it's like a thing I do with myself. So you wouldn't even see it, but you know about it because I talked to you about it. But let's say you said, Danica, like, hey, like, you might want to chill out and let's talk about like a health plan, which we have. We talked about juicing. It's going to sound different coming from you because you're actually my friend. You know more about my life. You have empathy, actually care about what you would say. And I know it would be coming from a place of like care. But a person that you do not know at all, don't be talking about people's bodies. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's very cringy, especially because all of my friends are thicker. And so I'm very sensitive to it, right? Like I'm the smallest person out of all of like my friends, but it just makes me think about how society forces us to think that way. And it's crazy because I always reference, Thick Girl Yoga, shout out to Christina, because she's a thicker woman and she could probably outrun anybody. Right? Like she could probably outrun the person who said that. She could probably do so many different things, right? But we have these ideas about what fit is supposed to look like. Like somebody might even look at me and be like, that girl, whatever, because of whatever reason. But again, like you just don't know. And I think it goes back to how we talk to ourselves. Like I'm steadily in conversations with clients and with friends and with family about how they're talking to themselves. Of they're placing all this pressure of the way that they need to eat or the way that they need to work out, right? Like, are they placing these diets on themselves? Like, I was literally going back and forth with a friend about intermittent fasting because she was for sure like, this is the way I'm going to lose weight. And I was like, intermittent fasting can be good, but let's research on if it's good for you. Because you have this idea that you need to be doing this thing to achieve a certain goal and you don't even really know, right? Like, so I think we got to look at the full picture. But if you're saying something like that about somebody else, it's a direct reflection of how hard you are on yourself too, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's something we all got to work on.
Oh, absolutely. It was a straight up reflection of herself. So like you can hear the insecurities in that as well. Like I said, how she was talking about herself. You're insecure about yourself. So now you have to put insecurities on me. I'm sorry that you don't feel confident in the way you look overall. Cause that's the thing. She felt good about her going to the gym. So that's what she had to like let shine. Like, okay, I don't feel pretty and I think you're pretty, but at least my body is, I go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she had to like put that out there when it's like, don't put that on me because I feel good on both. And the reason why I have is because I put in the work and I'm healing on the daily with myself, which is why I do feel good. Even with my body right now, even if I am heavier, I still feel good. I still feel better than you. And you're in the gym every day or how many ever times you are. And that says a lot. And it's sad. Like I felt sad for her, which is why I was able to not like take it personal. I'm like, ooh.
For sure.
you're not happy with yourself, mama. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's not good. And like you
Yeah.
saying about people doing different things for that fits them. So intermittent fasting has worked for me. I have done it before,
Hmm.
but I agree it does not work for everybody because you have to find things that are sustainable as well.
Yep.
If we're talking about finding like things that you can keep up with, so it may not be for you, or it may be something you start and then you find other ways. Maybe it's like a kicker off, but yeah, like we have to find different things. What works for you may not work for me. Um, and nothing's wrong with getting help. That's the
Nothing's wrong with
piece.
getting help at all. Yeah. But also do not
Nothing.
put your ideas of health onto other people, because oftentimes people take it. Like I was
Yeah.
someone who, if you told me about a vitamin I needed to take, I was buying the vitamin. And then I sat myself down and I was like, you're hoarding vitamins at this point. Like even though I'm taking them, I got so many and I got a plethora of them. And once I started doing research, I was like, Mara, you don't even know what you lack. So why are you taking all these different vitamins? So again, like really being cautious about information we present to people, because I think people think health and they're like, oh yeah, I need to do that. No, we got to be smarter here.
Yeah, I agree with that definitely. The supplements and all the extra pieces, and the more
Yeah.
stuff you take, you don't even really know what's helping versus what's not. So it's like even starting off slow with one thing at a time, even if
Yes.
you want to be a vitamin or something that they maybe
Yeah.
just start with one to see if it
Yes.
actually is even helping or if it's not. Because a
Yep.
lot of times it's too many things going on to know what's really helping. Um, but
Totally agree.
start somewhere though. Fair enough. Start somewhere. So right now, and thinking of that, I've been trying to be more conscious about my food. Myra gave me a suggestion of a podcast. It changed the title now is it's like diabetes.
It
Snap.
used to be called Food Heaven with Jess and I think Wendy.
I really like this podcast, Myra, though. It's really been helpful.
Really?
And I don't, yeah. And luckily, that's another thing. God, thank you. I do not have any health conditions. I don't have any diabetes, high blood pressure. I'm not pre anything. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I'm telling you. And I feel like I would just talk to another friend about this because it's all those things do run in my family. And I think the movement actually has helped me to not get those things because it's not the food.
Hmm.
But I don't want the movement. It can only last so long. I have to make other changes. But so the podcast, it focused on like a lot of diabetes, like things to eat, but it also just helps with overall eating habits. And so listening to that
Yes.
podcast has made me feel just motivated of like people who look like me talking about nutrition in a healthier way. They're not telling you like you said, crash diets, you can't eat anything. They even have an episode on intermittent fasting if it's right for you, all these things. Like I really, really like that podcast. So thank you for like keying me in on that. Um and again, just first steps. Like I don't have to make every single change. I have been intermittent fasting, which I think is helpful for me because I eat late at night. That is
Mm.
the problem. I'm a night owl. Myra knows it. Anybody who listens knows that I'm one of them people who text you a to-do list or something I was supposed to do at like 12 at night. And it's because I be up. That is the worst time though because I want to eat. I want to snack, especially not even like food. I don't even want big meals. I want snacks, chips and ice cream and stuff.
Oh
But
my
like
goodness.
exactly, it's the worst time. So for me, intermittent fasting helps because it cuts it off, which then in turns I have been going to sleep a little bit earlier because it ain't nothing else to do. Like I don't want to just stay up craving stuff. So it's like I'm gonna go ahead and read my little book and go to sleep. Um, but I have a few different things. Again, not too much, just because I don't want to overwhelm myself, especially with the food. I'm not restricting myself anything wild. I'm being mindful, but like this is a first step. Like let's see if I can keep these habits up, and then I'll add some more. Um, but and this is for health. We started off talking about body dysmorphia and like how feeling your body. Again, I'm grateful that I do feel good in my body, and I encourage you all to um, find love in every season of your body. Find enjoyment, embrace it. Again, it's not to say you can't change anything, but every body you are in, every size, is helpful and beneficial for you. It is a
And you
part
gotta
of
go to
you.
sleep and wake up with that body every day.
It's yours. It's a
Yep.
part of your story. Like
Yes.
all the things, we think about like even like stretch marks and cellulites, all these things. Like it's a part of your story. It's a part of your life. It shows like you lived a little bit. And it also, some of us just genetics. Some people are more prone to like cellulites and stretch marks and all different types of things just by way of that. But like you have to learn to embrace it. Some clients, I'll tell them if they're struggling with their body image, look in that mirror completely naked. Like I'm talking
Same.
about butterball naked, nothing on. Fine. And it is. It's gonna be a little awkward if you're not used to looking at yourself naked, but it's your body. You need to look at yourself naked. And I say start off with finding one thing that you really love. It can be your ears. It can be your
And even
ears. It
if
can
you
be that
can't do
little
that,
moment.
I tell clients to like lotion their body. Like if you feel like I
Oh,
literally can't think of nothing that I like, right? Like I don't know why, but they're always like that was really hard to do to lotion my body. And I'll be like, okay, well, let's focus on arms first. Then
that's
we'll do
interesting.
boobs, then we'll do stomach, right? But you have to really I tell them act like you're at a spa and you
Wait a
paid
minute.
for
They
a
not
massage.
lotion in the body? Sorry, my bad.
Not intentionally. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I'll just slap some lotion on and
Oh,
I
I get what
go."
you're
But I'm
saying. Okay, I get what
like,
you're
it's a
saying.
thing that I have practiced for myself too that I found because I always practice before I tell clients to do anything. But I'm very intentional. Like I like a specific lotion. Well, I don't even use lotion. I like a specific butter, and I'm gonna go real slow doing it. And
That's
whenever I tell
good.
clients to do that, they're like, "That was so hard," but now I enjoy it after a certain amount of time. So if you can't think of nothing, take your
Like
time and really lotion your body
I like
and
that.
stare at yourself while you do it.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start
Yeah.
somewhere. Start somewhere.
You have to.
These are our bodies. We love them.
Yes.
Um, and we encourage you all to, again, how we're talking about making sure you're being mindful of how you are talking about other people's bodies. Also looking at people's bodies, like even that idolizing. There's nothing wrong with like getting motivation or being like,
Yeah.
being finding people. And this is a big one. If you are a social media person, be mindful of what body types you are aspiring to look like. Like again, nothing's wrong with a little motivation, but like
Yeah.
you need to love your body size and your body type.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope that some of this stuff is sparking some even conversations our
Yes.
thoughts for you all. This is a
Yes.
really important topic, especially as we come through fall, because fall is typically when folks will eat a lot and gain some weight because the sun's not shining, you're not wearing the mini dresses anymore, your body's covered up. It's like if I wear this
Yep.
little tracksuit, they don't really see that I done gained 40 pounds. Summer
Mm.
comes back, then it's a whole nother thing. But like the fault, your body is still there. So treat it as if.
Yes.
Treat it as if.
Your summer body is also your fall body. Don't forget that. Because we still
Word.
gonna have the same summer, fall, winter. The body's still gonna be here. That's why I said like you're always gonna have this body, so you got to take the best care of it.
I love that. Your body is your body all through the seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for listening to the another episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. We will be back with another episode next Monday.